Welcome back to another episode of what will likely be the last Sippy Cup Sonar video, where we take, you guessed it, a sippy cup and turn it into a sonar that logs both depth and GPS coordinates, allowing us to make lame MATLAB jokes as we turn that data into custom depth charts for any body of water that we throw it into. In the last video, we had an issue where the battery showed as always dead. Normally, my temporary fixes end up becoming the permanent solution. But this time, I actually wanted a proper battery indicator, so I want to replace the timer that we temporarily implemented. After some troubleshooting, I discovered that the voltage divider module that measures the battery level needed a steady 3.3 volts, but it was actually getting closer to 3.84 volts. The problem was that our voltage regulator needed at least 1.2 volts of headroom to properly regulate the incoming power. Since our battery, just a single cell lithium ion, even when fully charged is 4.2 volts, it doesn't provide enough voltage headroom. Instead, the regulator basically is just passing through a noisy version of whatever the battery was supplying, like 3.84 volts. To fix it, I got my hands on this tiny boost converter. It takes the battery voltages as it drops during discharge and boosts it to a steady 5 volts, giving the regulator the headroom it deserves. Plugging it into the battery and measuring the output, we get a constant 5 volts. Once it's hooked up to the ESP32, the regulator outputs a stable 3.3 volts, and our battery, which is sitting at 3.91, now reads 3.9 on our phone screen. Problem number 1 was solved. The other thing I wanted to try, now that I have all the wires out, was putting in a new GPS module. The ATGM336H is a newer GPS module, and as you can see, it's smaller than the old one, which should draw less power and also has a faster satellite fix time. Meaning I'll be ready to use the sonar buoy almost right away as soon as I power it up. I also want to try doubling the GPS rate to 2 Hz and see if we could get a higher resolution depth map with the extra data. Heading back outside and powering on our Sippy Cup Sonar, the GPS locked on much faster and our battery no longer thinks it's beyond dead. Casting it close to shore, let's see if we can collect some data. We can see this time around we're getting about 2 entries a second, or 2 Hz. And another improvement I wanted to do was adding a graph page right onto our phone screen so we don't have to take the data back, and instead we can look at all of our log points while we're outside, making it a lot more convenient to handle our data. And looking at said data, this spot was really shallow, so let's cast it out deeper. With the boost converter, the Wi-Fi also seemed a lot more stable, whereas last time it would drop out when we cast it this far out. I'll go ahead and download that CSV file to take a look at later, but in the meantime, let's use our graph page and take a look at our data points. We can see when we casted it out further, there are definitely some deeper spots. And speaking of looking at data later, let's go look at our depth chart, which we can definitely see has a lot more data points to look at. But looking through the CSV file, I will say some of them were duplicates, meaning I think we've reached a point of diminishing returns. Overall, I'm still really happy with how this project turned out, and I was amazed that we could actually turn a sippy cup into a functioning depth mapper using components that, altogether, cost me less than a bucket of chicken. And if you made it this far, thank you for watching.